Okay, black pieces, opponent plays d4, we're going to play d5, basically just mirror them. They go e3, I'm going to play c5, because the d and c pawns love being pushed together, okay? They're sort of like yin and yang next to each other, it's perfect balance, as our good friend Thanos would say. Am I allowed to call Thanos a friend? Presumably, I don't see an issue with that. Can I just jump into the centre? No, this trade does not look too lovely jubbly for us. I mean, like, what is this? What is this absolute stonewall sort of setup they've got going on here? Like, I want to just push your bishop back, but I realise that does nothing for me. I also want to take. I'm going to take because I think you take with the c-pawn, and then it feels like these 3 pawns in the centre of the board are somewhat targets. Okay, well, I take it back. Now it feels like your f4 pawn is somewhat of a target, but we shall see. We're going to go here, attack the queen, because, you know, you can't just block with a pawn now that you've been so aggressive. So we're sort of just developing with tempo here. We're sort of developing with a bit of pace, a bit of a spring in our step, shall we say. Okay, I'm going to play bishop to d6 and start targeting some weaknesses. You've blocked the defense of this pawn. So maybe you go for like, oh wow, okay. What about just take? Ah, I see. I do see the issue here. Huh. I'm not getting trapped, am I? No, because I can always take. I thought maybe I was getting trapped, but I'm not. I could just win that exchange completely. Oh well, no, I am still getting trapped, aren't I? Oh no, I'm not. I'm not. Oh my god. Jesus, I am so stupid sometimes. I got to stop overthinking this. Well, this would be a huge blunder because I'd hang this fork. So let's not do that, okay? Let's not hang the fork. If I take like this, the knight is under some pressure. Takes. I take your bishop. You take my knight. Queen takes. Oh, I don't know how I feel about this, guys. I don't know how I feel about this. Do I need to do it in that order? Like, takes. Where's the follow-up, you know? I think we're going to take and take. I mean, presumably they could always just open up my H-file for me. Thank you very much, sir. This I'm not too opposed to, I don't think. I mean, I could just take the pawn, actually, and be up a pawn. I could just be up a pawn. Let's just be up a pawn, right? Let's just be up a pawn. There's no need to do anything stupid here. Why would I open up my H-file? Why would I do that? They're clearly not going to castle this way, so an open H-file doesn't quite have the pizzazz and sting that a regular open H-file might, you know? Okay, the bishop, of course, drops back. That makes total sense. I really want to play this and, you know, just take. But, like, the queen sees it. I know my knight defends as well, but H5, you could just go G5. No, you can't actually extend my bishop to... Oh, wow, I'm just playing H5. H5 feels like a no-brainer now, right? I don't think I'm missing any mental tactics here. I don't think. I mean, maybe. I mean, I could even take with the knight. Oh, that looks stunning. Because then we open up our queen for these checks, and then you can't castle, right? Oh, I like a lot. Who does that? Who the hell castles this way? I know my bishop's currently under some serious threat, but... Oh my, I'd so love to just take. I'd so love to just take, but I know my bishop hangs. There's no need for that. There's no need for that. I could just go check and then take the pawn. I think I'll do that. I think I'll go check. King presumably doesn't go here because then I have another check. So presumably you just go to a light square and then I take the pawn and you can't recapture because I'd open up my rook. This looks great. I cannot believe my opponent just short castled. I thought the plan was for them to get their pieces out the way. For example, like get the queen out, get the dark square bishop out eventually, and then long castle. And I thought, okay, well, my long-term plan, you know, we'll throw an A-pawn up the board. I'll get short castled. I'll bring the rooks over. But no, I mean, they just are ripping everything open here. Oh my god. Could I even, like, sack my knight and just go for, like... No, I don't think there's any... That would just be stupid. That would just be so stupid. Okay, here we go. Queen d6 looks wonderful. Not only does it prepare long castling, but we do also just completely threaten queen h2. Or rook h2, actually. Rook h2 looks wonderful. Oh, wow. I think rook h2 would actually be better. I think rook h2 would be better. because then you'd have to go back and it's mate, right? Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, well, oh man, okay. The knight just does a tremendous job of protecting h2, but it does block the queen from guarding this pawn, so maybe takes... Yeah, I take the bishop first, then take this pawn, right? Take the bishop, then take the pawn, and we're good. Hopefully they take with a rook, because if they take with the queen, after I take the pawn, this e3 square is guarded, so they do take with the rook, so e3 is not currently guarded. So we're just threatening a fork, like we're just threatening a royal fork here, right? Like, can you imagine? I mean, that would just make my day. That would absolutely make my day. Oh my god, are we threatening rook h2 as well? Takes. You step this way. Oh no, I don't think so. I think you could get out of that. I think you could get out of that. But we're in a great position, in all honesty, guys. I'm feeling very, very happy here. They just resign? I mean, why would you resign there? Like, I don't understand. Okay, well, we are going to do some in-depth game review here. Okay, guys, so the game started d4, of course. I always play d5, like absolutely religiously, because typically your opponent's going to play a London, and so my plan is to just always go for this Steinitz counter gambit, and it just completely offsets everything. Like, you then go knight c6, and eventually you're going to take and just make things so uncomfortable for your opponent. But surprisingly today, we didn't see a London, and we saw the move e3. And so instantly I was thinking, God, that looks passive, right? This looks so passive. Why are we blocking in our dark square bishop like this? It doesn't look like a good move, e3. So I just played c5 anyway, you know? Like, I promise you guys attacking chess on this channel, okay? Religiously. I have no interest in playing at 100% accuracy. I have interest in sacrificing my pieces, okay? I just want to have fun. c3 is then played, and I kind of understood this move. Like, you know, you set up a monster setup on the dark squares, which had me thinking, like, the light square bishop, is going to be a monster, right? Like, look at how strong it would be. So I play knight f6. Opponent plays bishop to d3. And then I play this move knight to c6. So I'm just getting my knights out before the bishops. That tends to be a pretty common thing, right? Like, it's very, very rare you ever get the bishops out first. And then f4 is played, and this is actually a book move. See, I'm not familiar with any of this. I mean, and just because it's a book move, right, don't be fooled. That doesn't mean it's a good move. That just means on chess.com this gets played a lot, right? Like, it's been played enough to make it a recognised opening. It doesn't mean it's good. Like, look at the eval bar. Black's job is just to equalise in the opening. I'm just better. So don't be fooled by a book move. I take on d4, okay, and this is not seen as a very good choice. But they take with the wrong pawn. I go bishop g4 to attack the queen, gaining a bit of a tempo. They play knight to f3, and then I go e6. Just looking to bring my dark square bishop into the game, I guess. Opponent goes knight b to d2. I mean, everything they're doing just feels so passive, and it never ever felt like a threat. But this move obviously makes a lot of sense, just reinforcing your knight so you can break the pin on your queen without having to double stack your pawns if I do take. I go bishop to d6, just attacking a weakness in the position, right? Like, this is so weak. h3 is played. Light square bishop's attacked, so I drop back. It actually wants bishop to f5. But like, this just looks very, very uncomfortable, right? Like, could you then go queen e2 check? I guess I'd have to block with the bishop or the queen, and I don't like that at all. I don't like that. So although bishop f5 Stockfish says is best, I don't care. Bishop h5 looks better. G4, I go back to g6, and then knight e5. I mean, this just looks inherently bad, because no matter what I capture with, so if I captured with the bishop, let me just show you what happens if I take with the knight. So knight takes, probably best to recapture your d-pawn, like keep the pawns all together. And then what does it want? It's surely just bishop d3, right? Just bishop d3, and then no matter what you take, I can recapture without damaging my pawn structure, and I'm just going to be up a pawn, right? The engine here actually wants knight to f3, which is such a gangster move, because then I'd surely have to move my bishop back to like e4, and then do you take? Yeah, then you take. Wow, I don't even recapture. It doesn't even want that. It just wants me to castle, because the engine knows eventually I'm going to just take this pawn, and I'm just going to be up a pawn. So that's why knight e5 is bad. They took, and then I took the pawn, right? So no matter what, I'm up a pawn. They go back to d3, and then I play h5. I cannot believe In this position, my opponent short castled. And neither can Stockfish. Stockfish wants to meet my opponent up. Meet up to beat them up, okay? Because this just looks so bad, doesn't it? Like, you don't have to be a chess genius to work out that I'm just going to, like, start taking eventually, and I'm just going to, like, lift my queen, I'm going to long castle, I'm going to bring the rooks over, I'm going to just push pawns, I'm just going to attack. Like, I have such a clear target. This king is so weak right now. Why the hell would you short castle? So I go bishop e3, right? I give a check, king steps up, and then I take the pawn, which is exactly what the engine wanted, so that feels reassuring. They recapture, opening up the g-file, and then I just go queen to d6, which again, all these ideas are just absolutely loved by Stockfish. The best response here is rook h1, which I was a little bit nervous of, and I thought if this was played, I'd just long castle. Is that okay? Yeah, everything stays the same. Just because if, like, takes, I still have control of the h-file, as opposed to, like, them coming over. Oh, sorry. As opposed to just then taking, and then just relinquishing full control and then long castling, because now it's like, well, I can't get my rook over there, right? So move order in chess is such a big thing. But yeah, rook h1 wasn't played. They played the move knight to f3. And this just looks so bad, right? The engine actually wants knight takes on g4. Of course it does. I don't actually think I played that, did I? I just played bishop takes. Yeah, I played bishop takes first. I kind of missed that after I take, and take, like, this is absolutely over. Like, your only move here is apparently... Wait, what? King f2? What? You let me take your queen with check? Really? Why is that? Oh my god, if you go back to g1, queen g3 mate, right? Oh my god. Jesus Christ, that's disgusting. So in hindsight, I should have just taken the pawn, but I kind of just thought my bishop was hanging. You know, like, I just didn't have the vision to see that this was defending this. Absolute moron. I took the bishop, and then I took the pawn, and my opponent resigned. Best move here is actually queen e1. And then, oh my god, rook h2 is a move. It is a move. Then queen takes. You have to step up to f3. And then, is it just like knight... Wait, what? What does it want? It wants knight g to e5. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? That's disgusting. So you wouldn't take... Let's say you just go king e3. Queen h3 check? Look at this line, man. Where are you going? What happens if you just go back to e2? This is insanity. Then it just wants queen takes on d3. You just go over there, right? I feel like you're always escaping. Surely knight g4 here. Knight g4? Yeah, knight g4 looks great because we're already blocking all of this. You just step over to g2. Then I have knight e3 check. Oh my god, you don't want to give up the queen, so you just go back. Then I take. Right, would I take? Yep. Oh my god, then it wants rook d1, kick my queen first. And if I give a check, you obviously just recapture. And here it just wants like queen h5. And eventually I'm going to bring my other rook into the game, and I'm up 3 pawns, so it's just a completely winning endgame. But Jesus Christ, this whole knight takes on e5 idea is absolutely vile. I didn't see any of this. I mean, obviously my opponent resigned, but I wasn't going to find any of that either. Like, I was going to dismiss rook h2 completely, but it does work. Guys, I promised you attacking chess. I feel I delivered. If you could now deliver on liking and subscribing the video, keeping the channel going, I'd be greatly appreciative. I don't know if that makes sense. Guys, it's been real. Get out of here.